And that's such a good question, Brianna.
Hi, Eliza.
Hi, Brianna.
We're back.
We're back. Long time no see.
Literally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How's it going?
It's fine. It's just a busy day.
Yeah.
Yeah. How are you doing?
I'm doing good.
Mm-hmm.
Also a busy-ish day,
Mm-hmm.
but we're getting through it.
Yeah. So I feel funny with this one because the last time we recorded, we were like, oh, it's been so long. So we did a whole thing about that. We were like, oh, I don't even know. But we mentioned about how long it was for us to record, and then now it's been even a longer break since that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's okay.
Yeah.
We made no promises about how often we
That's
were
true.
going to record, when we were going to record.
Yeah.
So it's just what works for us.
Yeah. You are 100% correct.
Yeah.
Great.
So it's been a while.
Yeah. What have you been up to?
What have I been up to? Not much. I went on vacation. I don't think
Yeah, we
I've talked
said
about
you went
that.
on vacation. No, we didn't.
Yeah, I went on vacation to New England for a
Mm-hmm.
week.
Yeah.
Yeah, just to check out the fall colors and go visit cute towns and just soak up autumn. So that was
Mm-hmm.
really nice. It was also um our 2-year delayed honeymoon. So that was really nice. And yeah, we just got to see lots of really cute towns and go up on a mountain and drink maple lattes because we were in Vermont and Vermont has all the maple stuff. Um, yeah, it was good. We had a really good dinner. Did I tell you about the dinner that we ate?
I don't think you did. No.
So we had our anniversary because not only was this our honeymoon, but we took the trip while it was also our anniversary.
Mm-hmm.
So we had at this really amazing place called Oaks and Evelyn
Mm-hmm.
in Montpelier
Mm-hmm.
in Vermont. Um, and it was just really, really good. It was
Mm-hmm.
we had beef tartare and salmon tataki, and John had steak, which is so classic for him. And
Yeah.
I had pasta and we had dessert, and it was just yeah, it was so good. That was a really big highlight.
Yummy.
Yeah.
Love. That's
And
great.
we hadn't even planned on going to Montpelier, or we knew we were going to go at some point, but we were like, let's go on this night and have our anniversary dinner there. And it was totally spur of the moment. And
Yay. Those are the best kinds, though.
yeah, so that was really cute.
Mm-hmm.
And then other than that, just been yeah, doing my use,
Yeah. Yeah, your
Yeah.
pictures look so nice. Your Instagram reel.
And
You made
stuff.
a little
Yeah.
video.
Yeah.
Very adorbs.
Yeah. It was
Very
good.
on brand.
Mm, very autumnal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. What's new with you?
Did you get any yarn when you were in New England?
I did. So the funny thing is, we went to a lot of towns
Mm-hmm.
because we were like, let's go check out the yarn store in that town.
Uh-huh.
And some of them were really good, and some of them were fine, but
Yeah.
not the most exciting.
Mm-hmm.
But before I went, I was talking to some knitting friends here, and I was like, okay, do you guys know any good places in New England? And they were like, not really. But one girl was like, oh, every time I travel, I always try and get some locally dyed sock yarn so that I can knit the socks, and then it'll remind me of my trip and da-da-da-da-da. So I did get some yarn, some locally dyed sock yarn.
Nice.
And I have it with me.
Oh.
So I got this.
Little
This one.
pixies.
Pardon? Yeah. Yeah. It's like it was from Vermont. I bought it in Montpelier. And it's kind of hard to show on camera, but it's like a really nice, like deep orange color.
Yeah.
Which
autumnal.
Yeah. I'm not like a huge orange person that much, but anyway.
Yeah. From here it almost looks red.
Yeah.
Does
it's like
in person.
It's kind of like very orange red. And I think in the right light, it's like it looks red. But it's it's like red orange, I would say. Yeah.
No, yeah, I'm such an orange person, but I will never wear red.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I don't wear a lot of red or
I think orange. It's the Celtic in us.
Pardon?
I think it's like the Celtic in us.
Yeah.
I love orange, but yeah, red's a little tricky because we both have very rosy cheeks.
Yeah. Very pink.
Yeah, but if it's like orange enough, I can be swayed.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Anyway. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Anyway, so that's what's new with me.
Yeah.
How about you?
Not a lot. Let's see. Yeah. I went to Joni Mitchell a couple weeks ago in LA. My housemate and I buckered down, bit the bullet, and we took an 8-hour bus ride to LA. That was we were like, oh, how many people would be like taking the bus to LA on a Sunday morning at 7 a.m. Turns out a lot of people. Yeah, it was a lot. But if anyone is in like on the West Coast and wondering if it's worth it, like to go to the Hollywood Bowl for a show, it definitely is. Like make a weekend out of it or something. Definitely recommend. The venue is really cool. They have all these like cute picnic areas outside that like overlook LA because it's like in a mountain, and it was like music nerd's dream. Like Jacob Collier was like her keyboard player, and John Baptiste showed up as another keyboard player halfway through, which I died at. And also on the way down, I think I told you this, but I was like predicting John Elton would be there because Brandi Carlile does the show with Joni Mitchell. And I was like, if there's one thing I know about Brandi Carlile, it is her obsession with Elton John. And lo and behold, Elton John was there.
Amazing.
That was amazing. Yeah, they did I'm Still Standing.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Marcus Mumford was there. Allison Russell. There was like a whole bunch of people. It was very cool. It was very fun. And it was the first time I had done something fun in like a long time.
Yeah.
So that was really, really nice.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm coming home. So I just booked my tickets yesterday. Yay! I think, unfortunately, my Grammy, fell and broke her hip, so she has to get hip surgery, or actually she just had it last night. But we were kind of like maybe I'll go home, maybe I won't. Like tickets are so insanely expensive this year. But that kind of put the pedal to the metal with looking at what points can get and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm very excited to come home in December. It's going to be a lot of family time for sure, but it definitely means we can do a little podcast episode together in person, and maybe we can plan a little fun thing for December for us to do together.
Yeah.
To build up to it. Yeah.
Sounds great.
yeah, so I'm excited to go home.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then Carlos and I we booked a vacation to Portugal next month, which I'm excited about. I think it's gonna rain the whole time. It's the rainiest month of the year. And I've been seeing like a lot in the news in like Spain and stuff. There's been a lot of really terrible flooding.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I have a feeling it's gonna be a pretty rainy time there, but hopefully it'll not be too bad and it'll just be like cozy.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
yeah, I guess it's a lot of it, like, could be an excuse to check out some indoor activities.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I think we'll do like a lot of museums and stuff probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, where we're staying at is pretty central, so I plan to bring my rain jacket and all that. Yeah. It's not gonna be like a super sunny thing or anything, but it'll still be fun.
Yeah, totally. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, that's
Vacation's vacation.
exactly. And also,
Also, like we're trying to we were just saying this morning, like it's a good thing that neither of us are big planners because the one thing that I don't like when you go on vacation is when it's so busy and so planned that you come back from your vacation, you feel like you need a vacation. Like I can
yeah,
deal like with being tired from like flying and traveling, but like I do want to actually relax. So maybe it'll be okay if the weather isn't like really nice. We can
yeah,
just relax and like actually shut off.
and chill. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, our vacation was very similar. We had, like, we kind of booked, we knew we wanted to travel around and we like booked accommodations in a couple different like places, but um everything that we did every day was kind of just like, there were certain days we knew we had to get from here to there, but it was like we didn't have anything scheduled or booked or
Yeah.
overly planned. We kind of just like, yeah, just saw where the day took us. And yeah, it was like, it's so much, I think it's like way more fun to travel that way than like some things obviously you have to book in advance.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
can't do it, but
Obviously,
like,
yeah,
yeah, but at the same time, like, it is nice to like not overly program everything and just kind of
yeah,
see what happens. Yeah.
yeah. That's normally what I do when I travel anyway.
Yeah.
Mm, it's never been bad. So yeah,
That's good. Yeah, that's exciting. So many good trips.
yeah,
Look at us traveling, just jet setting.
yeah, yeah. It's nice. It's good.
Have you, okay, maybe dumb question. Have you been off the continent before?
Off the continent? Yeah,
Yeah, you've been to like England and stuff, right?
yeah. I've been to England. I did an opera in Italy. Like I hate to say it, I think pretty much almost 10 years ago.
Okay.
Doesn't feel like 10 years ago. Um, yeah, I've been to England 3 times because
Nice.
I have family there.
Yeah.
And I did an opera there once. And then, yeah, I've been to Italy once for an opera. Yeah, those are 2 times.
Cool.
Yeah,
Cool.
obviously yeah, I like going. Mm. Yeah, highly recommend. How about you?
Yeah.
HBU.
I've not left North America.
Maybe we
I've been to a
girl
lot of
trip.
places. Pardon?
Maybe we should do a little girls trip.
Yeah. Hit up Europe,
Yeah,
North America, maybe.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd like to. I feel like, yeah, I've been to a lot of provinces and some states, and it's fun, but I feel like it's nice to
I,
do something completely different.
yeah, I have not traveled in Canada, like at all.
Hmm.
I've my dad took us to Montreal
Hmm.
when I was a teenager.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, but other than that, like I really haven't tried. I went to Edmonton, which I didn't love, but that was like so busy. That was for an opera, and I was just like, on campus the whole time, so
Yeah.
I don't really consider that. And then yeah, I went to Toronto for like 2 nights to. I've done like auditions and stuff in Toronto and stuff when I was younger, but I
Mm.
haven't actually traveled like much of Canada.
Yeah. I
So,
mean, yeah, it can be fun.
oh yeah, no, I
Yeah.
want to. Yeah,
Yeah.
especially while I'm on the West Coast right now. Like, there's like all these pictures right now on the West Coast, like in Banff and stuff, and Vancouver, like Alberta. It all looks so beautiful. So it's gonna be
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Awesome.
yeah. Anyway, enough of
Anyway.
our travels.
Yeah, so I think today we're just gonna kind of do a little
And
update, hey?
yeah, yeah. Let's just do an update.
Okay.
Do you want to start or me?
Um, why don't you start?
Okay. Let me start with my. Should we start with finished or worked in prog? Work in prog.
Let's do finish first.
Finished.
I feel like, lead with your strongest piece.
Yeah.
And go from there.
Okay, well, I finally finished the Beachcomber jacket.
Yay!
So I made 3 muslins.
Yep.
Thought I had a down pat because the muslin was made of a thinner material.
Yeah.
And then made Carlos was sized for a large.
Yes.
So I made a large. It was way too big. And then I made a medium. Made a medium.
Mm-hmm.
And that was still too big. I think I made a medium and then I tapered things down to a small, like the bottom part of the jacket and the wrists.
Yeah.
And that was still too big. So then I made a small.
Mm-hmm.
And that was like when he put his arms forward and stuff, it just seemed like too tight. Or we were really, really worried about or I was really worried about oh, I'm doing canvas that's thicker and then the lining.
Yeah.
So it's definitely going to be too tight in a small if it's too tight like this.
Yeah.
So let's do a medium and I'll taper the small down around the wrist and the bottom. And so then I made that and it looked beautiful and I got this really nice fabric from Hearts and it was like the perfect canvas.
Mm-hmm.
And then he put it on and it was too big. So I was like, damn. So I started to take it apart. I had it like 3/4 apart and then I got to like the neckline, like the collar and stuff. And I was like, this is going to be a bitch to like put back together after a recent, because I had graded everything down.
Yeah.
So I was just like, I don't want to do the guesswork of all of this.
Yeah.
So I went to Stone Mountain.
Mm-hmm.
And we picked out essentially the same material. It's a little bit thick. It's supposed to be the same weight, 10 ounces.
Yeah.
But it's still just a little bit thicker around the collar. But I just ended up doing the whole thing in a size small.
Mm-hmm.
And it came out great. It's definitely a little
That's
bit...
awesome.
Yeah, yeah. This is it.
Beautiful.
I should, stand up.
Oh, it looks so good.
Yeah, it looks great. Let me show the inside. This is the inside.
Wow.
Yeah, it looks great, but as you can see, actually, I don't know if you can see. He washed it to get the chalk off.
Yeah.
And washed it in cold water, but the dye from the brown, even though I pre-washed it.
Yeah.
He washed it in cold water, but yeah, it is all around the arm. Yeah, the dye ran.
Ugh.
So it's like pink.
What a sick.
Yeah, very thankful for your friend who follows us on Instagram, because I noticed on their not their story but their feed about their quilt, and then as soon as I was looking up what they did, you also sent me the blog post about it. And you were just like, here, this is what they did. And I was just like, oh my God, yeah, I'm looking at that right now. So I went to the original blog post that they followed, and my plan was to do it Saturday night, but it didn't. I just didn't have time to do it. I was really tired Saturday night. So yeah, I think I might leave it to soak maybe overnight tonight. I'm gonna follow all the directions, and I think it'll take a while, but hopefully it'll work out, and I really hope that it comes out. If not, he liked it so much he wanted me to make a brown one, so I could just dye it brown.
Yeah. I mean, that's a good, like, the good thing about the dye lifting process is, like, I feel like it can't make it worse. Or, like,
Yeah.
you know, if that doesn't work, then you always have dyeing it as a backup. Like, one option does not preclude the other option. So, yeah, that's great.
Yeah, so I'm going to try it. I really hope it follows through because I didn't know, but he really, really liked that color. I thought maybe he was just like playing up how much he liked it because I chose it, but no, he really liked it. So I do hope it works out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah. He did his best. You know, there's nothing we could have done about that. I don't know. How much do you pre-wash? Or just wash something before you expect the dye to not run? I mean, it's not, the thing is, the lining isn't like the best quality lining, so I don't know if that has something to do with it too, but.
Yeah. It's like, I feel like it really depends on the fabric. Like how dark it is, how it's made. I don't know. I feel like it depends on a lot of things.
Yeah.
So it's kind of hard to say.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had a similar thing happen, not with a lining, but like, you know, those like pre-made tags that you can buy to put in your handmade stuff.
Yeah.
So I got a really cute pack of those. And I put one in like a skirt that I made, and it had a red flower on it. And the skirt was like blue, but it had like white flowers on it. And it was not that noticeable, but the tag bled. And so like all of the white flowers on the skirt turned pink, like really light pink, but like I definitely noticed it. And
Yeah.
that seems like to me, that seems like so risky for a tag, because like you wouldn't pre-wash a tag. It's like so little, right?
Yeah, I have tags and I would never think to pre-wash them.
Yeah, but it like totally bled, and like it's a good thing like it didn't really matter. Like I didn't really care. It wasn't like a white linen shirt or something. Like it was just like you could barely notice it. But if that had been like a white garment and I put that tag on and it bled, I would have been so mad.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah.
Yeah.
Obviously not as bad as what happened with you, but
no, I mean all dye bleeds are created equal.
yeah. It is really annoying, especially when you make something and you're like, okay, final stage, like you wear it once, give it a wash, and then it's like, oh, okay, perfect.
You didn't even get to wear this because the chalk was on it. I was like, don't wear it today. And it's been getting cold here too.
Yeah.
So anyway, I feel bad. You know what I was just thinking with that yarn that you got?
What?
I take everything back about the no orangey red, because I remember the socks we're going to make with the flowers in them?
Yeah.
There was a version I think I saw on Instagram, and it's like that exact color. And I think it would be perfect.
Oh, yeah. Like the flower ones?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it would be so perfect with that.
Yeah, that's true. I'm actually making a version of those socks right for something else.
Well, I'm just saying for the I think, yeah.
No, but yeah, I've been thinking about that. As I'm making this version, I'm like, I feel like this orange would be really nice.
Yeah, because I saw that and I was just like, "Ugh, I wish I could find that color somewhere. In
Yeah.
anyway, you
Well,
have
you
the
could always Google round mountain fibers
Ooh.
and
Maybe I
find
will.
them.
Maybe I will.
Yeah,
Yeah. Anyway, sorry, I just had to get that thought out.
that's okay.
Cool.
Okay. Yeah.
Do you want to show your finished make and then we can do works in progress?
Yes. I actually have 2 finished makes. Um, a big one and a little one. I feel like I'll post a bigger. Maybe we can put a bigger pic in the video.
Mm-hmm.
But I finally finished my sweater,
Yeah.
which I'm wearing right now.
It looks so good.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm super happy with it. I've been wearing it like once a week at least. Yeah, and I'm just really happy with how it turned out. It's like really cozy. I finished it right before we left to go to the States, so I felt like I had a cute, cozy sweater to wear while I was like on a little fall adventure. Yeah, and it was great. And this is like the first. So I've knit like 2 other sweaters.
Yeah.
But this is the first one that I've knit that like I was like, okay, like it's not in a yarn that like bugs the heck out of me, because the other 2 were in the like Icelandic yarn,
Yeah.
super scratchy,
like itchy stuff.
Yeah. And B, yeah, it's like the first, like one of the 2 other ones that I knit wasn't really my style. Not that I forgot to turn off that thumbs up thing.
You too.
It wasn't really my style, and then I gave you the other one. So I don't really have like one that I've knit that like I'm like, oh, I can just like wear that every day, or like wear it and have it be part of my wardrobe. So I'm really excited. And it's cool. Yeah, I think I talked about this before, but there's like a bunch of stripes on it, which are all hand dyed and hand spun by my mom. So that's kind of special. And yeah, it was cool. Like I had to kind of plan out where the colors would go. So I was literally like, had taken all the hand dyed yarn and like made it in a little tiny balls based on the color. And then I was like, had to weigh them to make sure I had enough for each stripe. And it was like, I had to plan the whole thing. Like it wasn't just like, oh, I'll just pick it up and knit it. It was like each stripe, I was like, okay, what's going to come next? Do I have enough of that color? But I think it worked out really well. So
yeah, good job.
Yeah, so I'm happy with that. And I have a couple other sweaters and stuff that I want to knit. But anyway, we'll talk about things we want to work on later.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I have another little finished object, which is this little hat.
Baby hat.
I made it for my work. My work's doing like a auction for United Way. And I don't know how true this is, but in the call out for items, it was like, because they asked for like donations. And they were like, oh, handmade items, very appreciated. Like those are very popular. And I was like, I'm surprised by that, because usually people are like, handmade stuff sucks. If they're not like handmade, you know, if they don't make stuff themselves. But we'll see how it does in the auction. Yeah, and this is also, I also used my mom's hand spun. I don't know if she dyed it and spun it or she just spun it, but it's cool. It's got this kind of like cool gradient in it. You can kind of see it actually.
Pattern. Yeah. Nice.
So yeah, I just knit that over the past little week, and I love it.
Awesome.
Yeah. Cozy.
Yeah. Great.
So yeah, that's it. I've just kind of been knitting away. Don't really have a lot of sewing projects to share, but
yeah,
that's
okay. I'm in my knitting era too now.
Yeah.
That time of year, cozy. The sun's at like 3 p.m. Never feel like the sun fully rises.
Yep. Plus, I also find, because it's also starting to get cold here, so now I'm also like, every day I go out and it's like colder, and I'm like, I could really use a warmer hat. Or like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna need mittens soon. So it's like almost like you're like very motivated because the threat of being cold is like, it's already here. It's already too late to start in some ways. So
Yeah. For sure. Cool.
Yeah.
About some works in progress.
Well, I can't share any of those.
Okay.
Because everything I'm working on right now is for Christmas gifts.
Right.
I'm in big, Christmas gift knitting mode.
Yeah. Sorry, I forgot that.
Yeah, that's okay.
I was just trying to figure out how to leeway into the work in progress.
But when we talk about planned makes in a minute, I got a lot of things for that. But so I do have some works in progress. But I can't really show them off right now. So why don't I hand it over to you to talk about what you're working on?
Yeah.
I'm actually really excited to see this and like see your progress on it.
Yeah, I don't know how, it probably won't be that detailed on your end, but I mean, I just have the top of it done, but this is the, sorry, there's like so many yarns attached to this. This is the beginning of the Lunenburg.
Ooh. Oh, it's so nice.
Yeah. So this is just the neckline so far.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited. I chose all the other sizes. I think have like 2 inch, or the size that is given in the instruction, like the model.
Yep.
Hers just has 2 inches of ease, and it was either have, and all the patterns went up, I think by I don't quite know, but just the way my measurements were, it was either have it fit exactly or go with 4 inches of ease.
Yeah.
So I'm doing this size 46, I think, but I was measured for the 42. But nice. I do want it to be a looser sweater, so yeah. I love the yellows and the greens in it. I don't know. Yeah, they're just really pretty. The blue is a lot more blue than it looked like on the model when I was going to say when I saw it. But yeah, I really like the oranges and the yellows and the gray, and then like the dark charcoal color.
Yeah.
I've also never done, ever in my life, color work. So
how's that going?
Honestly, your friend messaged me because like on our podcast I was like, if anyone has any like tips on color work. Anyway, so they said to look up stranding and stuff like that, so that's what I did. I looked up stranding. The only thing is so I knit, I guess, English style. But I think a lot of the way strand work is done is basically in continental, even if you do English style. So that was a new learning experience. And I think I also just, especially because I've been knitting since I was like a kid, I don't think I hold my yarn exactly like in the most correct way. So I was looking at these videos and stuff, and I was just like, this is not how I hold my yarn. So that took a minute to get used to. Yeah, and I watched a lot of videos on color dominance, like where you need to hold one color in the left hand and one color in the right, and I just didn't quite understand that, especially because I've never knit holding the color in my left hand. And obviously, like, there are so many different ways for you to knit color work, so I was trying to figure out if it's okay for me to like switch back and forth and figure out what method works best for me.
Yeah.
And I was kind of switching back and forth. I don't think that's like recommended just for tension purposes, but I think my tension's been pretty straightforward. I do prefer having 2 yarns in my right hand when I'm going back and forth a lot between the colors. But yeah, the pattern changes so much. I like having my yarn in the left hand when I just have to use it occasionally. I think my tension's a bit better. And then I like having the two colors in my right hand when I'm going back and forth a lot. And it also took me a long time because a lot of the color dominance videos were saying, you know, like when your loops or whatever strands are on the left side, then it's dominant. And I was like, it just wasn't computing to me. So I had to go with, instead of following the loops underneath, I forget what they're called.
The floats?
Yeah, the floats. Because
Yeah.
they'd be like, oh, if they go under or over. And I'm like, I can't tell when it's right on my needle. So a lot of the videos I followed, it was like based on where the yarn was when you're holding it. Anyway, I can link the videos too, the ones that I found the most useful.
Yeah, for sure.
A good thing to do.
Yeah.
And also, I had never read a chart.
Oh, yeah.
I never read a chart before. So that took some research as well as guesswork, because there are all these like blank spaces and like making ones and stuff. And I was worried that I would make one the wrong way. And yeah. Anyway, once I got used to it, like, it is very easy to do. I'm just, I hope that I don't think my tension is too tight. So yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I'm also knitting a colorwork project as part of my secret Christmas knitting. And it's not the first time I've done color work, but it's the first time I've like done it, I think, properly.
Yeah.
Like,
I've done stuff where I change colors.
Yeah.
You know, for like but for an extended period of time.
Yeah. I've done a bit of like this kind of style because I knit like parts of a colorwork sweater for John like a couple years ago. But it was a couple years ago, and I definitely wasn't thinking about like color dominance or anything. I kind of was just like bleep, bleep, bleep. Anyway,
I'm really glad your friend mentioned to look up color dominance and stuff like that, because I would have been like, okay, I know how to do this and that's it, you know.
Yeah, and it does make a big difference. I actually, YouTube like gave me a video about it the other day too, and I like looked at it just because I was starting this project, and yeah, it was kind of cool to see some of their samples and how they like knit one way and then knit the other way, and it was like it totally changed the look of like the finished outcome. Anyways, yeah. It's interesting. It's like it's interesting to work on something and be doing something that you feel pretty confident in, like knitting, but also be like, I don't know. For me, it doesn't feel totally comfortable yet. Like I feel very like I'm guessing it all the time.
Yeah, and I'm just like, I guess we'll see like when it's almost done, or like I'll see like in a few weeks if I'm doing this right, because I'm not like a fast knitter either. Like I just do it in my spare time. Yeah.
Well, best of luck to all of us.
Yep.
To both of us.
R.I.P. to me.
Cool. Yeah. Any other projects on the go?
No. Nice. That's it.
Nice.
Yeah. I do want to say, if anyone's listening in San Francisco, unfortunately, what's it called? Fabric Outlet is closing down. That's one of the places we talked about on one of our first episodes.
Yeah.
But there's really good sales happening right now. So
Nice.
yeah, my housemate just got, they had all of this Carhartt canvas.
Oh, wow.
We bought a lot of it, and I was like,
Yeah.
that's nice. Maybe I'll,
That's awesome.
yeah, find a reason to get some new works in progress. Yeah. All right. Well, let's talk about plans that you have then.
Plans.
Mhm.
Yeah. So aside from gift knitting, it's
Mhm.
going to be kind of challenging because there's a couple things I want to knit before the end of the year.
Mhm.
But I also have this kind of strict, I wouldn't say strict, I would say I have a goal schedule for
Yeah.
Christmas gifts.
Uh-huh.
Because I don't obviously want to be like panic knitting things on like December 22nd and stuff like
No,
that.
that's the word.
Yeah. So there's like, I started at the end of September, and it was like at the end of September, I was like, if I start knitting now, I can actually knit gifts for people, as opposed to like usually it's like December 13th, and I'm like, oh, maybe I should make something for you. I
Yeah.
don't know. That always happens to me.
Yeah.
So I had that realization like 3 months early, which is
Mhm.
great. So that's what I'm spending a lot of time on.
Mhm.
But um because it's getting cold, I was also like, I think I need to work on some projects to get me through winter. So um one thing that I would say I'm struggling with cold weather attire is I don't have a lot of great pants to wear to work.
Mhm.
Um, and I would say a lot of the things that I wore last winter are kind of, yeah, they're okay. I don't love them as much. Or like some things just kind of had to get retired. So, I feel like I feel like I need pants for winter that I can
Yeah.
wear to work or just like wear whatever. So, um, I one of the things on my list to make is the Elizabeth Suzann Florence pants.
Yeah.
Yeah. So those I'm I feel like I have a big phobia of working on pants because I did like a big jeans project like 2 years
Yeah.
ago, and it just took so much time and it didn't really turn out the way I wanted, and I was like,
Yeah.
and fitting
Jeans are.
was annoying.
Yeah.
But these
I
are
feel.
like two pieces, and it's literally like the front and the back. Well, it's four
Mhm.
pieces, but like two different pattern pieces.
Yeah.
And it's the front and the back, and you literally even just like fold down the waistline. So they're like elastic waist. Um, they're wide leg. So I feel like they'll just be like kind of an easy pant just to like get over the hump of like feeling like I don't know how to make pants.
Yeah.
But
Pants are so hard.
yeah,
There's so many. I don't. There's so many different things that can go wrong with them, and then you feel like you fix one thing and then maybe it creates another problem, and
yeah,
yeah, they're difficult.
they are. And I really want to try there's like the top down. Have you heard of the top down center out method?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
have. Yeah, I've had
There
a tab open somewhere in my computer for like months that I keep, yeah, meaning to look at and read thoroughly.
yeah. It's I so there's a person on who I follow on Instagram who made a YouTube series. So
Ooh.
their username is the Crooked Hem, and so they made like a series and they go through every step. And anyways, they're amazing, those videos, and I've actually watched them all the way through once before, and I feel like that would be something that's like very easy to follow. Um
Yeah.
so I'm not gonna use that for these pants. Partially because with the top down center out method, the first thing you have to do is fit the waistband. And these pants don't have a waistband. They just have the waistband grown onto the pattern pieces include the waistband and you just fold it down. Anyways, I was like, I can't figure out how to make that work. So I'm going to do something a little more basic, probably for my first like top down center out pants. But yeah, I feel like I started rewatching some of those videos last week because I just wanted to like remember a bit about it.
Yeah.
And one thing that I really like is it's not like, hey, do you basically have a huge butt? Here's how to fix that. Like, I don't know. It's like, it makes you just like, I feel like typical pants pattern, or like pants fitting is very like, oh, like, basically just like zooms in on every part of your body. And it's just like, do you have this wrong with your body? Here's how to fix pants around that. Anyways, it's not like very neutral. And I feel like it just kind of like gets into a whole thing where you're like thinking about your body a lot because you're trying to be like, what's up with my body so that I can fit pants? Whereas like top down center out doesn't zoom in on different parts of the body. It's just like fit this seam and then fit this seam. Yeah. So anyway, so I feel like that'll be way better for me because I don't know, just the whole like do a full seat adjustment. And it's like, how full is your seat? And you're just like, okay. Anyway, yeah, I feel like there's a part of that just mentally is exhausting for me. So, yeah. So I definitely want to get more into making pants, but I just have to dig into that a bit. Yeah. And hopefully these Florence pants will be like a nice little, just a little project to kind of build the confidence back up.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they're wide-legged and they're cool, but they're simple. Anyway. So so there's that. And then the other project that I really want to work on. So originally I really wanted to make a vest before the end of the year. But I might put that on pause until the new year. Because I really want to knit basically like I don't know what they have a lot of names, like a neck warmer or like a dicky or whatever they're called, like the things that are kind of like just a collar and like a front and a back. And there's a really beautiful one that I found on Ravelry.
Okay.
And I can't remember the name of it, but anyway, I think I want to try and pardon?
Send it over when you do.
I will. Yeah. It's by the designer's name is Jenny Ansa, I think. And anyways, it's gorge. So my mom actually just gave me some yarn that she spun.
Yeah.
So I think I'm gonna use that for that collar thing.
Is the vest that you were thinking about the flower thing?
The sunflower vest?
Yeah.
No, it's a different vest.
Okay. I was just curious.
But the sunflower vest is happening as well. I have been working on it.
It is.
Here and there. Yeah. I mostly work on it. I've been like hanging out with some people and having to knit in their presence. Or like wanting to knit in their presence, but I've also been working on their Christmas gift knitting. So for sure. Whenever I'm hanging out with certain people, I'll do the sunflower vest instead. So I can still work on something, but I'm not working on their Christmas present right in front of them. So yeah. Anyway. So that's what I have planned for the next little bit.
Great.
Yeah. How about you?
Me. I wanted to make a jacket, right, for Well, I wanted to make it for my trip.
Yeah.
So that I have something warm. Sorry, I'm just trying to look it up. Yeah, I wanted to try and make a jacket.
Yep.
Have something warm for my trip. But I just don't know if I'm going to have like the time.
Yeah.
Or quite frankly, like the money to get the material to make all of it. Oh my god, why can't I figure out the kind of jacket I wanted to make? Okay, well, sorry.
That's okay.
I thought I like had this on. We can edit this out. Sorry, do you mind if I take a second to find it? Because I know it's.
Then I can drink water at the same time.
Yeah, I know it's hard. It has to be archived in the stories. Ah, okay. Here we are.
Okay.
So, yeah, I really wanted to make a jacket for a trip. Don't know if that's going to happen in time, but I definitely want to make it for when I come home because I don't have any key coats. So I'm still stuck. It's still between the two coats. There's the Oslo coat and the Richmond coat.
Can we say that over?
It's the Oslo coat and the Richmond coat.
Okay.
So I want something a little bit flowy.
Yeah.
And I'm just worried, I guess with both, I'm worried with the Oslo that it would be like either too form-fitting or like boxy. And then with the Richmond, I'm definitely worried about it being too boxy. But I think if I get like a lighter weight wool or like a blend, it would be nice. Because I find that time of year, yeah, it can be cold, but also I don't need something like crazy heavy. Like I can layer up and stuff. Because the other thing is I don't check luggage when I come home. I just do a carry-on. And I don't want my so that means I normally wear my jacket on the plane, and I don't need this like big heavy, like it's so uncomfortable to have something like that on the plane.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I want to make one of those two jackets.
Cool.
And then I'm kind of thinking for a New Year project. The pants that just so liberated. I still want to make the Florence dress too with the ashen top. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like do a combo there.
Yeah.
And then the pants that So Liberated just put out. What is the name of?
The chanterelle?
No, the Pinyon pants.
Oh, Pinyon pants.
Yeah, what are the chanterelle pants?
They are also by So Liberated.
Those are like joggers. Or at least there is a jogger version of them.
Yeah, I think there's a wide leg version of them too.
Yeah, the Pinyon pants.
Okay.
Those look cute.
Are those the ones where you like couldn't remember what it was for like a long time? Okay.
No, I can't find those.
Can't figure that out.
It really upset me. Oh well, it's fine. I guess maybe they weren't done by like a typical maker that I follow. It must have just popped up in my feed. Thought I saved it, but guess not. But yeah, these look really cute. They look like some other pairs of pants that I own that I haven't made.
Yeah.
I love the pockets on them, especially like the side pockets, like because there's quite a few pockets, but yeah. I just like that they're vertical, and yeah, it looks like there's a lot of different options. So I'm excited to, yeah, look them up. I mean, I'm looking at them right now.
How do you spell it?
Pinyon.
Yeah.
Yon.
Oh.
And The ones, it looks like, I don't know if she did them in like a canvas or a corduroy when she first like premiered them.
Yeah.
But I think they're like awesome.
Amazing.
Yeah. Very much like dress up, dress down kind of sitch.
Yeah. Oh, I like those a lot.
Yeah. I'll send you a picture of this, what I really like about it.
Your
Like the
inspo? Oh. Cute.
Yeah. Yeah, I really like them. So, yeah, I am terrified of making pants too because I made pants for several pairs of pants, and it was like very difficult. Last year, this time
Yeah.
last year, it took
Yeah.
so long. And that person was like, just like a straight size where everything is like very tailored and easy to make for them. And I'm just like not looking forward to doing that like for myself, which is like a lot more difficult of process. But I don't know. Hopefully it works out. Hopefully I have a bit more skills in my back pocket now than I did a year ago. And I made the Persephone pants a few years ago, and that wasn't the worst.
Mm-hmm.
I could have. There's a couple things I would go back and adjust if I could, but yeah.
Yeah.
And these look like they have a similar fit. So
Yeah, kind of like very like fitted up top and a little looser.
fitted up top and then like wide leg.
Yeah.
Honestly, yeah, I would make the Persephone pants again and just adjust the crotch out a lot. I would try the top down method with them. Maybe I will.
Yay.
Because I really, really liked those. It was just, yeah.
Yeah.
But I gave them, I took them to a clothing swap, so they're at a good home now.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna ask what happened to them.
Yeah, because I think if someone honestly was just a size smaller than me, or like maybe if they were like had a shorter torso, then they're fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah.
Cool.
That's everything on my plate right now. Or anything.
Fun.
Yeah.
On your list?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's great.
Yeah.
We're gonna make some pants. Oh, also, just going back to your Lawrence dress dreams.
Uh-huh.
I get the Peppermint magazine.
Mm-hmm.
Or I get email. Do you know Peppermint, like the free patterns?
Yeah, yeah.
So they're releasing 2 new patterns.
Ooh.
That's
one that I don't have. I should subscribe to it. I'm gonna do it right now.
Yeah. Okay, I don't think you'll like this actually. Because they are releasing 2 patterns this issue, which I think is coming out like this week or something. Mm-hmm. November, maybe it's out today. And they have a skirt. And I was like, oh, that's like what Brianna wanted to make, but it's actually not a tiered skirt. It's like a layered skirt.
Oh, yeah.
Like it's like layer. Anyway, instead of like all the tiers connected. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not like a frills person.
Yeah, it's pretty frilly.
Yeah.
In my mind, it was tiered, and then I just went and looked at the email, and I was like, nope, that's, very frilly.
Oh, that's okay.
Yeah.
It's there for someone.
Exactly. Though, on kind of the note of patterns that are coming out,
mm-hmm.
Daughter Judy has been teasing a new jumpsuit pattern.
Yeah.
Have you been seeing this?
I saw it once, but I haven't seen any new updates about it.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think it's definitely not out yet.
Yeah.
But I kind of want to make it. It looks really cute.
I've always wanted to make a jumpsuit. That's every time spring rolls around, I'm like, oh, I want to make a jumpsuit, and then I never do.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of my biggest fear all in one.
Yeah.
Like crotches, like yeah.
Fitting. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Mel and I, there was like someone was doing like a jumpsuit challenge on Instagram. So Mel and I were like, let's make jumpsuits together. Like we weren't gonna, well,
Mhm.
we played with some different options. And at first we weren't gonna make the same one, but then I kind of was like, okay, I'll make the same one as you.
Mhm.
And I did the muslin, and I was like, F this. It was so bad, and it was just like I am knowing what I know now, I feel like I could do a better job, but it's also just so many
Yeah.
pieces. And so like
Yeah.
putting together all those freaking pages for the pattern and then it just like
Yeah.
didn't work out. Like,
Honestly,
yeah.
for honestly, dude, I think I'm just starting to actually like print out stuff less. I'll print I'm really like for these like big pieces like jacket or something like that, something that I want to do like a really good job on. I think
Yeah.
I'll do like printouts for like muslins, but then like which is what I kind of did, which I don't know if I know it's like kind of a waste of paper, but I normally end up when I make a muslin for something like that, such a big piece,
Yeah.
I normally end up adjusting it and cutting it so many different times that it's so different that I have to print out a whole new one anyway.
Yeah.
So I've been into doing like the printout for a muslin and then like ordering it for the final cut. And then I just keep that one
Yeah.
for like as many, as long as it'll last. That's what I
Yeah.
did with the jacket.
Nice.
Cause yeah, I normally end up having to do it twice anyway. If I just because I kind of, I don't know, I try to keep my patterns in good shape, but yeah, sometimes I need a second one.
Yeah. See, I'm kind
Yeah.
of doing the opposite. I don't know. So what I used to do, I used to have this
Mhm.
huge roll of tracing paper, like taller than me.
Yeah.
And what I would do is like get patterns printed out at the copy
Yeah.
shop. And then I would take the tracing paper and I would trace the pattern so that I would always keep the original. Because
Hmm.
you're paying money for those patterns. So I feel like you're
Yeah.
um, like I feel like I would always be scared to like cut into them because then I was like, well, what if I need like the next size up and I
For
don't have
sure.
that information anymore or whatever. Um, but there was a project I did a while ago. I can't remember what. And I just like cut the copy shop one. And it was very
Hmm.
liberating. I think because I ran out of tracing paper and I was like,
Yeah.
I need to get this done.
Yeah.
Um, and it felt very good to do that. But yeah, yeah, even like I would just like trace everything, but it adds so much time. It's like
It
the
does
reason
add a lot of
the
time.
reason you get it printed at the copy shop is to save yourself the time of having to put the pattern together, but
Yeah.
then I would trace it, which would take about as much time as just taping it all together. So I've been like printing them,
Yeah.
either printing them and taping them together or just cutting into my copy shop ones because I'm just like,
Yeah.
who the heck cares?
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah, because I feel like,
I think
yeah,
I just had a bad experience with this jacket. Like nothing was lining up when I
yeah,
printed it out. And I was printing things right and I was just like, I guess I just suck at this. So I just gave up like cuz yeah, I was
yeah,
spending a lot of time taping and nothing was lining up or one thing would line up and then the other thing wouldn't and I was just like to hell with this. I'm just going to order.
yeah.
Yeah.
What I've
Yeah.
started to do is like instead of trying to tape everything together,
Mm-hmm.
Now I like roughly tape it together, and if things are not aligned or whatever, then I'll
Yeah.
literally just like cut kind of like with a buffer zone around each piece, and then
Yeah.
I'll just line it up within the piece.
Put the piece together.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because like otherwise, because like I just feel like trying to put something that's like 6 sheets by 6 sheets together, it's like it's never gonna line up perfectly. That's like way too much.
Yeah.
You know, there's way too much play. Anyway,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. No,
yeah,
maybe I should do that next time too. We'll see.
yeah.
Yeah. It's obviously easier for smaller projects and stuff like
Yeah,
bags, backpacks. You know, I find it. Anyway,
shirts.
I'll try that next time.
Yeah,
I'll work on
yeah.
it.
I think honestly, it's just like whatever system works for you
Yeah.
because it's just like to me, I'm just getting to the point where it's like it feels like so much effort to start a project that like to like add steps or like I don't know. I feel like
Yeah.
my energy for making has been kind of low. Not for knitting, but for sewing and
Yeah.
like okay, now I have to tape the pattern, now I have to cut it out. Now I
There's
have
so
to
many steps.
yeah.
You have to get the sewing machine like ready and threaded. And,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I feel like I feel like the easier I can make it right now, the better.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway.
All right.
Well, that was a nice little update.
Yeah, I feel better now. I feel like I was so tired at the beginning and like anxious, and I was just like, what are we going to talk about? Because we haven't done it so long. I feel
Yeah.
better now.
Yeah, me
I'm
too.
good. Yeah. All right.
Okay, Brianna. Well, I hope you have a good day. Good
You
rest of your
too.
day. And
Yeah.
we'll talk to you soon.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye.